So we're laying there, and he's inside me, and he's like, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, it's my tits. And he was like, oh, it's hard to tell you this, but I feel like I have to say it. And I was like, oh my God, it's not the outside of me, it's the inside. And I don't mean my soul, because who cares? Like, there's a time and a place to worry about whether someone likes your personality, while your fucking's not one of those times. And I was like, maybe he's in there and it's so loose. Maybe my beaver is so big that he's just in there like, wow. Oh, wow. This is a real Harry Potter tent situation. It is a lot bigger on the inside. Is that a fainting couch? That's nice. Listen, you're a real nice girl. I've enjoyed our time together. But if I can find my way out, I am gonna go. I'm gonna leave. I don't. We're done. And so I was laying there like, oh no. And I was like, I'm sorry if I feel big. And he was like, what? No. You feel amazing. It's amazing. He said, your pussy's magic. He didn't say that, but it is. And he was like, no, this has been great. And I really like you. But I have to tell you that I lost my gum in your hair like 5 minutes ago. And it is really working its way up. We should probably stop so you can cut that shit out and we can keep going. And I was like, oh, for sure this dumb motherfucker's not too good for me. Never mind. We've been so happy ever since, guys. We've been so happy. Thank you. Thank you. He's given me the best gift I could have ever asked for, and that is daughters. I love having girls. I have 3 boys of my own, and now I get to have 2 stepdaughters, and I really just love that. I love the kind of feminine energy that brings to a house. And I'm not saying there's boys and girls are so different, but I'll tell you that our boys and our girls are so different. Like when I had 3 boys, I don't know if you have 1 boy, it's a boy, 2 boys, 2 boys, 3 boys, pack of feral dogs. That's what you have there. You just have this mess of farting and poking and punching all the time. You're like, stop. We don't use toilet seats as weapons. Oh God, what is happening? And then I would go over to his house and his daughter would be like, do you want to sew something with us? And I'd be like, yes. I want to sew something with you so bad. They're so great. Also, the puberty talk, like with my sons, I had always expected that I would be really, when it came time for the puberty talk and the sex talk, that I would be super groovy and very cool about it. And then, when it finally came time and my teenager was coming to me and being like, I got some questions, and I was like, sure. Listen, your body and hair, and that, your penis will probably, and at night, I hear, and that's a mess. And you're gonna wanna, and that's fine, that's totally healthy, and I encourage it. And porn, I don't know what to tell you about porn, because maybe it's objectifying, maybe it's bad, but also it's the best. It's so great. Mommy struggles with it too, so I don't know, bud. I don't know. My son was like, I'm gonna stop you right there. I can already open an incognito tab. I don't need anything else. Like, okay, that's not really what I was worried about. But when my stepdaughter, when she turned 11, she came to me and she said, I really want to take the puberty class that they're offering through school. Because, Idaho doesn't offer sex ed, hardly, so you gotta go take one somewhere else, like Planned Parenthood, yeah. And I wish we had taken the Planned Parenthood one, but she actually had a sign up for this other thing. And I was like, I'd love to take you. And she was like, okay, it's $125 a person. And I was like, I'll just tell you everything you need to know about your body. You're 11? Okay, well, it's about to betray you. It's all sleek and smooth, and now it's gonna do a bunch of stuff, so. But she wanted to go to this class, so I was like, I'd love to take you, we'll bond, it'll be her mom passed away a few years ago, so I'm kind of it, and I was really honored that she wanted to do this mom thing with me, so I took her, and the beginning of the class I was a little bothered by, because it was probably about 50 11 and 12-year-old girls, and the teacher spent the first hour of the class teaching these young women about hair removal, and how to pick a pretty bra. Yeah. She taught them about Nair. Like, I didn't even know Nair was still a thing. I was like, is this 1972? Is the next hour all on douching? Just gonna really get into it. Like, sweetie, sometimes your vagina is gonna smell like a vagina, and that's gross. It can smell like strawberries. Or, of course, cool ocean breeze. That's another option you can have for your pussy smell. So she spent a lot of time on waxing and shaving and with all these girls, and I'm like, are we, like, what's happening here? We're like, are we trying, well, sweetie, you're 11 now. Better get you in the game. I don't want you to gross out some dude with some leg hair. No. Let's get you ready to fuck. No, I didn't make the rules, guys. I'm telling you, it was offensive. So I was really bothered. And then we broke for like a snack and we came back and I realized that the whole first part of the class was to sort of ease these young women into the idea of their bodies. Because in the beginning of the class, when she was explaining bras, she showed a picture of a breast. And she was like, here's a normal, natural woman's breast. And right here you have your breast tissue, and here you have your areola. And one little girl in the back yelled, disgusting! And I was like, oh, that is for sure not the disgusting thing about the lady body. A cute little nipple, like, we haven't even gotten to vaginal discharge yet. Like, that nipple doesn't even have hair yet. There should be a second class that you get to take when you're like 35, where they're like, well, congrats on growing a beard. I don't want to brag to you, but I can grow such a fucking great beard. It's so good, it's so full. And I just feel like if the world could just know, could just understand how smooth I am on the inside. I could walk around like Sasquatch all the time, you know? It's a pretty good one. No, but I realized, I was like, oh, she's kind of like, she's easing these girls into womanhood and not like all the facts about it. And for the second half of the class, she brought out, to teach it, a vagina hand puppet. And not just the vagina, the full female reproductive system. Like, it went all the way up to her shoulder. This thing was huge. Which is not a judgment. We're all built different, you know? Like, everybody's vagina puppet is their own and beautiful. It's fine. Some people have deep canals, you know? And she taught the whole second end of the class with this puppet. And it was amazing, actually. I learned so much about my body. It was incredible. And I'm just going to go ahead. There are some blank faces here, so I'm just going to go ahead and teach the class. Just a little bit of it. She just used the puppet, and she's like, okay, you know, here are your labia, majora, minora. Here's your vulva. You know, you go inside. Oh, here's your vaginal. Here's your clitoris. Here's your vaginal canal. Here's your cervix coming up here. Here's your uterus. Here's your fallopies. And thank you. And I learned this fact that has really stuck with me. Do you guys know what the strongest muscle in the human body is? I'm getting hearing a lot of things, but the correct answer is the uterus. Yeah, it's your uterus. Do you know what's not the strongest muscle in the human body? And this is the puppet, guys. This is what the puppet taught us. The penis. According to the puppet, the penis is not a muscle at all, but a stupid blood tube you use for pointing at people whose lives you want to ruin. It's the puppet, guys. I'm just passing along info. Just as the blood sock waggles around. It was great, actually. It was really cool. The only problem I had with it was I felt like there was one thing that the teacher glossed over very quickly. She was like, oh, here's your labia, and here's your clitoris. Moving on. I was like, excuse me, Emma Arnold. Comedian, clitoris enthusiast. I thought we'd do like a 2-week intensive on that. Just kind of popping off, like, oh, that's not... why aren't we teaching girls, listen, yeah, you're gonna bleed, you're gonna whatever, nair if you have to, but this little fucking thing. This little fucking thing is what? Always half an inch higher than you think it's gonna be, right? Like, oh, you guys are poking our urethras. I have had a lifetime of dumb men poking my urethra, and I am done with it. Stop poking our urethras! Stop poking our urethras! I'm running for president, and that's my whole platform, is that you guys are gonna find the clitoris. This isn't even a joke, this is a PSA. Did you know that the clitoris is shaped like this? It's not just the stupid little, like, the thing you're touching is you. Like I said, I teach a 2-week intensive, so I just sign up for that. It was so great, and my daughter had such a good time. And I'll be honest with you, I forgot the end of that joke. I did. So we'll pretend the clitoris thing was the punchline, and if it comes back to me, we'll pause and we'll do it like there was no stop there. It happens. It happens. I got 6 kids. I'm just one fucking person up here. You guys are so nice. You guys are so nice. It's so nice to be back in Boise. It's so nice to be home. I've been on the road a lot lately, and when I was in New York, I did a little radio. And while I was on the radio, I said some things about Trump. And before I even got done with radio, the producer leaned over at me and was like, don't check your Twitter. Maybe ever again, okay? And I was like, I mean, I get harassed online a lot. I have a very thick skin, which I shouldn't have to, but I still do. You gotta be a walking callus when you're a comedian, a woman comedian. But I started checking my Twitter, and then my notifications, there were a bunch of threats from dudes, a lot of rape threats, a lot of murder threats, some threats that they were gonna kill my kids, rape my kids before killing my kids. But mixed in with those was a lot of men who had tweeted pictures of their flaccid penises to me, which leads me to believe that maybe men don't realize how not intimidating your flaccid penis is. Like a rape threat, sure, you know, but your flaccid penis? Oh. I don't like what you said about the president, you know, it's like, no one's ever been scared of a flaccid penis. Like when you see a flaccid penis, male or female, I feel like your reaction is like, oh. It's like a dead mouse, you know, you're just like, no, thank you. Like even the prettiest ones, you just want to like rub on your cheek, you know? It's like, oh. Like an erection, you know, send me your erection if you're gonna harass, like that's some power behind it, like an erection. You're like, oh, we get the courts, you know. And all government, you know, oh, erection. But like your flaccid penis is just this reminder to a woman that you're like, oh, right, because you're walking around with your fragile bits on the outside all the fucking time, aren't you? And that's gotta be real scary. Just always walking around knowing like, oh, careful. But you should be in charge, you know, you should, because that makes sense. And I don't want you to feel like I'm hating on penises. I actually love penises. I think they're really fantastic, and some people don't like getting dick pics. I really like getting dick pics, as long as I know the person and have requested them. I'm not as crazy about the like salutation dick pic. If you're gonna send a dick pic, here's a quick little like way to know when it's time to send a dick pic. I made this little song for you, so you'll remember the order to send your dick in. It goes head, shoulders, knees, and then your penis. If she asked to see it, don't spring that on people. Penises are great. They're very pretty. I enjoy a penis. I don't like balls. I'm gonna be real with you. But nobody likes balls. Nobody's into balls. It's the one thing, literally the one thing we don't masturbate to. Humans, I mean. Did you know there's a fetish where they masturbate to people getting scared by popping balloons? That's a real fetish, that someone can't come unless they see a popping balloon and someone being like, ah, and then they can come. That's a real fetish. But nobody masturbates to balls. How's that feel? Bad, right? Does that feel bad, knowing you have a piece of squashiness on your anatomy that nobody masturbates to? Is that why you guys are so mad? You're just walking around all the time just remembering how ugly your balls are? I feel like that's gotta be rough. Just, you know, because like, I don't know if you've ever looked through, like on YouPorn, like you can look through the keywords people search, and I like to look through that, and there's no balls. Nobody's ever searching balls. Nobody's ever been like, oh, I'm so horny. I just gotta find a really good, really nice, like, hot August day at the Idaho Fair. Cargo shorts. Walking for the last 2 hours. Stuck to the thigh. Spread out. Looking like a boiled egg in a coffee filter. I just gotta find that, then I can come. I mean, think how ugly buttholes are, and people will look for those a lot. People love buttholes. America loves buttholes is the other thing I'm gonna run on. We do.